built many startups. Most of them have failed. And so Bitcoin is exactly the place that I like to be.
We're going to end it right there. Can you believe it? This is the third time that I have restarted this thing, this episode, this podcast, this show, this whatever you want to call it. We're rebirthing something here, guys. We're rebirthing something here again. Many of you guys know, not many of you guys know, some of you guys know, especially those who have come to our retreats, our project retreats, what we're doing with that yen, and what we're doing in the crypto world. Not all of you know, some of you know, and you were there. It is time to continue to experiment. It is time to begin again. As I began to think about this first episode of whatever this is going to be, I have no idea, guys, what this is going to be. Whether it's going to be a podcast, whether it's going to be a show, whether it's going to be a stream, whether it's going to be a Sunday sermon type thing, which I really want to do more of, and some of you guys know what that's all about. I really don't know what this is going to be, but I love moving forward. I love doing. I love helping. These are things that drive me. These are things that keep me going. These are the things that keep me wanting and desiring to pick up the mic and to continue to share. And my voice isn't that important in the billions of voices that are out there that you could choose from. My voice isn't that important. But I will tell you this. I'm willing to share, and I'm willing to help. That's all I want to do in life these days. I build stuff, yes, and I have a natural inclination to always build stuff because we are created to build, and I think I did a Sunday sermon on that, and I definitely want to come around and talk about that again. I will always build. Building is just so much fun. I was talking with a couple guys the other night, and one of the conversations that we were talking about is how different individuals look at business strategy differently. And in many ways, the reason that there might be differences in business strategy can merely come from the fact that the two individuals in leadership are just in two completely different stages of life. And that is something that it is not irreconcilable. This is something that is completely reconcilable, but it needs to be understood, right? That being in a different stage of life allows you to see things from different vantage points, and sometimes it can be hardened. Your vantage point, and your viewpoint, and your opinion can be so hardened because of that stage in life. I don't even know where I was going with that, guys. See, this is how crazy this is. But I just want to help. I just want to continue to give. I'm in a stage in life where I will always build, but there's something that building for me is like breathing. I mean, I need to revisit this topic of why we build, kind of an inspirational idea of why we build. Definitely want to talk about that. I mean, building for me is like breathing. I don't have to think about it. I wake up every day and I want to build something new. I want to tinker with something. I was talking with these guys about the differences, right? And I just like the process. I like tinkering. I like getting under the hood. I don't want to pay. Yeah, I do have to pay because I have limited experience sometimes with these cars. But man, I've put at least 60 hours under the hood of that Radical, that my new race car. And I loved all 60 hours learning about this new race car that I bought. It's awesome. Some people don't want to do that. They just want to pay. They want to say, hey, I'm in a different stage of life. I just want to pay someone else to do it, and I'll just enjoy the fun. That's never me, guys. I like getting in the weeds. I like understanding how it works. I like understanding how it ticks, right? And so I will always build. But there is something that I don't have to do. There's something that I want to volunteer myself to the world. I want to share. I want to help people. I want people to listen to what I say, not because it makes me bigger, but I want people to listen to what I say because I'm offering it to you for fucking free. And that's all. I will never have all the right answers, and I will never certainly have all the solutions. But for those who've been with me for 2-3+ years now, of me being more online and engaging and present and active online, you guys know this brother doesn't stop. I don't quit. There is no quit in this game. And so I'm starting again. And I'm excited about it. I don't know what this is going to look like. Right now I feel like I've been rambling, but I hope that I've given you guys some context for where my mind is at. And I want to do more of these. I want to do more of just me talking into the mic about something that's on my heart today, or has been on my heart for a while, or on my heart whenever. I just want to share it because I don't think people are given enough of this, what's on their heart. You know what? I was talking with the guy. I talk with a lot of people. You guys know I'm always out and about. But I reconnected with my friend Will. And Will, I'm going to shoot you over this. I'm going to let you hear it. But I was talking with my boy Will. And one of the things that we were talking about is that I told him that so much of my job, so much of my work as a consultant in the past, helping other people, helping other leaders and executives, was less about strategy and tactics and product development and process improvement and engineering improvement, right? And systems thinking and all the stuff that I know. But the deeper stuff that I worked with these executives and these leaders on were two things. Number one, self-care. And I'll talk a lot about that in the future. I spent more time as a counselor at the executive level of companies than anything else, guys. But number one, self-care. Man, and number two, being a better communicator. And that's what I was telling Will. I told Will, I said, I have spent decades mastering, to the best of my ability, the craft and the art of communication. You may have a great idea, my friends. You may have a world-changing idea, my friends. But if you can't communicate it to the world, then they ain't gonna be able to hear you. And they certainly ain't gonna be able to understand you. And so I've gained some knowledge, guys, throughout my limited years on this planet. And I've honed my craft to be able to communicate what I've learned. And so, guys, I want to give more, and I want to give consistently, and I want to find a model that is sustainable for me, and hopefully for you guys, so that I will never feel like it's, number one, not sustainable, but I don't want to feel like I'm moving close to burnout. I want this thing to be absolutely an enjoyable experience every time I turn on the mic. And I want you guys to be able to hear that in my voice. I want you guys to be able to feel that through my voice and be able to say, man, Peter's energy is on point. Like, this is right. This is real. And so I just want to share, and I want to help, and I want to engage with you guys in small ways. I want to give of my time, because if I can help you guys level up, if I can help you guys grow, if I can help you guys crush it, then my life is even more fulfilled. As I was thinking about this new system, this new show, this new podcast, this new medium, whatever, I was thinking about a theme, a topic, an idea, and one of the things that I was thinking about is what defines you. And so, in this first episode, let's just call it that for now. In this first episode, guys, after all that long-winded 10-minute context, now you're caught up. I want to talk about what defines you. I'm going to be speaking in generalities, and it's going to be applicable to everyone out there. And so if you're taking notes, now's the time. There's many ways that you can define yourself, but I'm going to look at the higher level meta of your life. And I'll just pick two. Make it black or white. Yes or no. You in, you're out. We'll make it very simple here, guys. You can either, number one, be defined by a vision of your future. Or, number two, you can be defined by the failures of your past. Let me say that again. You can be defined by visions of your future, or you can be defined by the failures of your past. You see, the reason why this particular topic was so close to heart in my mind is because I have just completed, or let's just say, gotten to an end point of a project that I did for 73 days. We hit terminal velocity, and then we hit terminus. We're done. And I believe the world can look at that and say, ooh, that's a failure. But you guys know, I never look at it that way. These things are never failures. Man, the things that I have learned. My brother asked me a very pointed question. He said, what did you learn from this experiment, from this project? And it was easy. I responded so quickly in text. I responded right back and I said, I once again proved to myself what I am capable of, what I am able to do. In 73 days, I am able to create a machine, a social media machine. I am able to create influence, expansion. I am able to create apps, Android apps, iPhone apps. I am able to create websites and platforms and architecture for the future. I am able to create crowd. I am able to create interest, demand, intrigue. Right? These are things that I've been able to do. Not on my own, but with everyone else's help. Because I ask for it. Because whenever I start a new project, I ask and I say, guys, I'm starting something new. Help a brother out. And you know what? It's great. People come in and they help. And so this isn't anything that I've done. I guess the only thing that you could give me credit for is that I ask. And I work my ass off. But I will never be defined by the failures of my past. I will only be defined by my vision of the future. The past is gone, my friends. The past has passed. It is vapor. It is the mist. It is the smoke that is barely visible to the eye. It is gone, never to return, only if you conjure it up in your mind at moments when you are weak. Because In the moments when you are weak, that is when the moments of failure spring to life. And they say, Jim, you remember this? Susie, remember when? Peter, I can't believe. It's past. It's gone. The vision of the future that I have is so much more than anything that is past. It is almost irrational to ever consider the past. Now, you guys have heard me say, and I spent a lot of time, and we did this in our last project, retrospectives. I love it. I love looking back. I love looking back and saying, what have I done? How can I improve? How could I remind myself of good practices, good behaviors, good things that I've done so I can continue to persevere in these good practices, behaviors, and things that I've done, because these are things that will help me succeed. But what I mean by looking back is allowing the past to control my future. Irrational, ridiculous is how I say. Why would you ever allow for a vapor, a mist, an ephemeral nothing? Why would you allow your future to be held a prisoner by a nothing? Let me say that again. Why would you ever let your future be held prisoner of nothing? There ain't nothing there. And so you march forward. You continue forward. You start again. You create again. One step in front of the other. 1% every day. The vision of your future will be the driver for your success. You have to remember it every day. You have to preach it to yourself every day, because guess what? Ain't nobody ever going to remind you of your own dreams. Ain't nobody ever going to tap you on the shoulder and say, bruh, do you remember that dream you got? Ain't nobody going to do that, because you ain't got anybody like that in your life. And if you do, bless you. I'm so happy you do. But most people don't. And so it's up to you to remind yourself of what defines you. Whether it's going to be some nothing from the past that hurts, it scarred you, yeah, it changed you, excellent. Deal with it. What else do you want from the world? Because no one will ever be able to experience that which you have experienced in the past. And so for you to have any expectations of deep understanding, empathy, and sympathy of others, so that you can assuage the guilt of this nothing that happened, that scarred you, but was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't care. The faster you wake up and you realize that your future is all you got. Well, some people have told me that we do have time travel technology. It just hasn't been released to us plebes yet. So, considering that I haven't had any privilege of being given access to said technology, I will say, at this current point in time, that you can't ever go back. You're only facing the future. And so be defined by that vision that you have for your life. Now, we have spent so much time, guys, talking about how to craft a vision. And if you don't know how to do that, you can find your way over to thebitcoin.pub, B90X section. And there's a whole section on creating vision. You can do that. But guys, that's what I wanted to talk about with you guys in today's first episode. Is that if you'll continue to listen to me, I promise I will continue to share as much as I can and as best as I can. Share this episode with anyone that you think needs it. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Guys, I haven't created any ceremonies yet, so I don't even know how to close this. Signing out, guys.